Yeah, I tagged him in 4 spots.
Okay.
So
You want
yes,
before you tagged him.
yes, sir. Hit all 4 of those in the comment section. Hey everybody, we are going live. Set Dog, we got Juan Gonzalez here from Chicago. I'm going to my notes window before we get started. It's gonna take Trajan a
I was
second.
promised the Texas Ranger outfield. That's what I was promised.
He never once said that he isn't.
Exactly. I'm just retired, you know.
You may remember, Seth, that Juan was the one who he dislocated his shoulder in the Bolingbrook tournament, and we talked about like me dislocating my shoulder and not making the play, and on our YouTube.
We got a little kid on our football team just like you. Falls down and he lays down.
Cries.
Get up, shit.
But he put the note up on our YouTube page saying it's like in the Chicago way, you finish the play, then you hurt.
Right.
Big tough Wangon over there. People call you Wangon? Is that natural?
No, it's usually Gonzo.
All right, I like Gonzo. All right. Well, it's late.
Speaking in the background and so.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to give them a minute to post them, but we can go ahead and get started. You know, even though but you know, Frank
is still posting.
That's fine.
I believe
that's fine. Even though Frankie isn't doing any editing for us this week, because of course he's busy with his Indie Edge team. I feel like tonight I'm just going to go ahead and do a countdown. Seth Dog makes me feel more natural, like we're doing our thing. So let's go ahead and just get it going. Wrap this up. 3, 2. Hey, Beep Baseball World. Welcome back to the Beepball Blues Show, where we are ready finally. The day is almost over in Beaumont, Texas. Nevertheless, we are here prepared to recap day 2 of the National Beep Baseball Association World Series Tournament. Neil Dog, Bam Bam. What up, Seth Dog?
Nothing. I was going to say the day is almost over here in California too. Just saying, it's late, Neil Dog. It's late. Got my beer. Ready to go night. No, I'm just joking. No.
I bet you don't even have beer in your house.
I do not.
Nor do I. Nor do I.
No. I can't say I've ever had a beer. It's been so long since I've had a beer on a Wednesday during the tournament week. I can't even remember the last time that happened.
I totally forgot I wanted to mention this all day long until right this second. We'll get you in a second, Gonzo. But last night as we were signing off, we were mentioning like the teams that may think, it's only Tuesday night, hitting the bar tonight, it's no big deal. Our game's not till later. Dude, they totally shifted all the games to 8:30. Like all that, you know how I anticipated like 16 and 17 would play at 8:30, and then everybody else would come in at 11:30, which is the way the tournament has always been done. I don't know exactly the reasons why, but they bumped set that seeds 2 through 7 all played at 8:30 with that 16-17 game. So
that's not bad because of the weather and stuff.
I hear you, but those teams that, like you said, it's Tuesday. You know, imagine sitting in the bar at like 11:30 on like your third beer, and the coach comes in. Hey, we're leaving the hotel at 6:30. But anyways, hey, Juan Gonzalez, man, thanks for jumping in with us, dude. How are you?
Oh, good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Heck yeah. So I assume you're back home in Illinois, right? You didn't make the trip at all with your
team? I'm home in my nice AC. I don't want to brag. People playing out there.
Oh my gosh, they've been having long days too. They've been having long days.
But some of those games went late. I was like, whoa.
What is the cause for the long games? High scoring games, delays, what?
Houston.
Yeah, Houston always holds up every team. On the first day and the second day, I don't. I thought I had it figured out like every 2 innings or something. They check the heat index. I don't know if it's based on time. I think if the heat index reaches a certain point, they have to take like a 5 minute break. And at least on the first day, it was just so blistering hot that and honestly, I don't know that the games are really running that long, Seth. It's more just for them, I think, being out in that heat. They're complaining about the heat at 8:30 in the morning, and so those teams got 2 games to follow. So
Right.
I think that's really where it's coming from.
Right.
Let's start out tonight. Before we go through the day's game, the Wool game was played tonight, and I gotta say, shout out to all of the women of our league participants because they put on the best wool exhibition in wool history, a 10-6 contest that was won by the Southwest Bombshells.
What on a walk-off grand slam, Neil Dog?
Nah, they held their own pretty much all the way through it. Had the lead for most of it. Molly Fleming was pitching for the Bombshells, and she and the offense got off to quick starts. Our friend Rosie Reed, I know, scored at least 4 runs. Faith Penn scored 3 runs. Jamie Simpson got 2 runs in there, made some plays out in the field. Faith made some plays out in the field. On the Diva side, Kim Blumenthal and Kalari Jackson had good games. Dakota Hogwood scored a couple runs. Mari Blumenthal was the pitcher, and the last year's game got cut a little short, was a lower scoring game at 3-2. But last year's game had a lot of action, more, a lot of the low scoring was good defense. But I mean, both teams have a solid pitcher now, and they played 6 full innings tonight. Got a little dark at the end, but they played 6 full innings and gave their best exhibition. My only disappointment, it sounded like a small crowd out there. I know it's a long day for everybody, and I hate that they keep cramming the Wool game in at night instead of letting them play on Saturday, ahead of the championship game when, there isn't so much going on. But man, they put on a great exhibition tonight. Shout out. You enjoy the game, Juan? I know you were checking it out.
I did. I even apparently I won a
good
red
call.
apron.
Good call. I meant to reach out to I could even send her a text now while we're doing the show if you wanted. I was going to send Lakeisha Holmes a text and see what you won. I heard your name too, that they were giving away door prizes, Seth. I know Dot Shop and Rosina Foster donated some stuff. I don't know where they got the other donations, but they were giving away door prizes, and Juan Gonzalez won something, but neither one of us heard. And part of the reason is
Hold on, can I say something?
Yeah.
And he will be the only Chicago comment to win anything. Hey, and just so we're all aware, that's for his Houston was slowing the tournament down.
I guess I got one coming then, because I seconded that really quick. There is no team slower in the whole world than the Valley City Heat. Special ed Beepball coming in and out of the field somehow.
Bite your tongue.
Rosina Foster and Matt Wallace are going to be on the show with us on Thursday when we do the recap, and we'll promote the game of the day streams.
Oh, that's tomorrow, right, Neil Dog?
It is. We're still on Wednesday, so a few more hours. Closing down. And this complaint isn't about them, because I don't think they had a single thing to do with it. I don't know who was running the controls of the stream, but they were cutting out in between the innings like they were going to commercial. And for one, there were no commercials, so they were just cutting out to dead silence. And there was no professionalism, organization, or nothing to it. It's like they would just fade them. Matt and Rosina would be talking, wrapping up the inning, talking about what happened, what didn't, and it's like you got a radio dial and you just turned it down, and then when they would turn it back up, it would be like 2-3 strikes into the at bat already. So
really?
I don't know the why, the what, who thinks it's a good idea. I hated it. I got complaints from other people that hated it. It doesn't make any sense, and it wasn't organized at all. Like if they want to turn the sound off in between innings, I don't think even Rosina and Matt knew, because they were always talking when the sound went away. So I don't even know if they knew this was happening. But please stop, whoever's who's ever running the NBBA board, not board of directors. We'll have more on that later. But the board of operations, don't touch any buttons. Let them do their job. They do good. We all enjoy it. So
Maybe
Yeah, I did notice that. Nope.
oh, go ahead, Juan. Where you
Oh
got
no, I
say
said
more?
I did notice that, and then I kept checking, like, did I lose the stream, or like at first when I
Good
first started,
point.
I'm like,
I reset my thing twice, thinking that I was losing the connection. I didn't realize it was an organized thing. So good point. Seth, what did you say? I'm sorry.
At this point, I have no.
Yeah, fair enough.
No,
Fair
no,
enough.
no
When I couldn't hear either of you, I was like, I guess I gotta go with the guest.
Yeah,
Gotta
go
go
to
with
the
the
guest. I just throwing stuff in from the peanut gallery for grins and ha.
And we love you more for it, Seth.
Yeah,
Talk.
so,
All right, we can run down the games, but again, that's not. I love the work that Rosina and Matt are doing, and I look forward to them being on the show. But whoever's running the controls, take your fingers back, or do it in a more organized way. It was sloppy the way it was done, and I don't know, didn't come off well. All right,
wow.
let's go down. Something we did not mention, we were calling the brackets yesterday part of a round robin, but just in case we have any newbies, we weren't clear. I just kept saying that today starts the championship round, but today starts double elimination play. So that for people who are new, that's a key to know. Excuse me. When I have our notes lined up, I'm unable to mute myself and do that. So I apologize for that. So let's run down. I already mentioned that they changed up the schedule. So the 8:30 games include seeds 2 through 7. And it started out with the San Antonio Jets beating the BCS Outlaws 16-4. No idea, Seth, if any of these are run rules. So in case you ask at some point.
I guess that one was, though. Just saying. Go ahead. That's just from my expert mine, Neil
analysis.
I'm gonna say that was a run rule, Neil Dog. So go ahead.
Kind of like when Don Geronimo would rate movies he never saw.
Yeah, exactly.
He still does that on his new show, by the way. You'll be happy to know. The Indy Thunder, our 3 seed, beat the Braille Bandits 13-2. Any assumptions, Seton?
No, I'm gonna say that's not a 12 run rule.
And I love my buddy Kathleen from the Bandits, but I'm gonna go against you. Do you know which way that went, Juan, by any chance? If that was a run rule or not?
No, that one I did not watch because I was watching the Comets during that time.
Fair enough. Our number 4 seed, the Boston Renegades, beat the Hurricanes 18-5. Another blowout, basically. Philly Fire 12-6 over the Minnesota Millers. Our 6th seed, the Bayou City Heat, beat the Tyler Tigers 21-16. So the Tyler Tigers offense got going a little more than they had on day one.
I gotta say, my Bayou City Heat, I'm not liking those defensive scores that I'm seeing. Loving the offense, not liking the defense so much, but we'll tighten it up. I'm all good.
We had our 2 bottom seeds flip. Austin, the number 10 seed, defeated the Gateway Archers 9-8. The Archers had been the 7th seed. So Austin moved up to the 7th seed, defeating Gateway 9-8.
Hey, they're getting closer to your ranking, Neil Dog. Didn't you have them at 3 or
just
2?
sit still? We're still at 830, son. And then also in the our man here, Gonzo, will be happy to tell you the 9 seed Chicago Comets defeated the 8 seed the 8 seed, the Atlanta Chaos. So I mean, that's the 9 and 8, and the 10 and 7. You expect those to be the closest games. 14-13. Let me give the last score, and then we'll go back and talk about that game more with Juan, because I know he's got info on that.
Mm-hmm.
The Long Island Bombers, this is the 16-17 game, defeated our Panthers, our Cali Panthers, 14-2. Real quick on Long Island, as we had announced that they lost to the Braille Bandits 6-0 in the final game yesterday. That was a forfeit game. Our league has a rule that if a team forfeits, that the winning team's awarded a 6-0 win, and the forfeiting team is charged with the 6-0 loss. So I didn't know that.
I'm sorry, who forfeited?
I'm sorry, Long Island forfeited.
Why
did
they forfeit?
They were down to 4 healthy players. Like a couple of their players got held up coming to the tournament and weren't even here yet, and then they had some injuries, so they literally they were down to 4 healthy players at the end of the day. So they apparently got restocked because they beat the Panthers 14-2. So I want to talk about the Gateway game also, but Juan Gonza, I want to call you Juan. I don't even know what they call Juan Gonzalez anymore. Juan Gon, but Gonzo, man, talk about your comments. I'm sure you're proud, Seth Dog. They were down 13-9 going to the bottom of the 6 in a game where both teams were just scratching for a run here and a run there. And when they got down by 4, I gotta be honest, Juan, I don't know that Chicago could do this. Where were you? How were you feeling?
I could not even concentrate at work. I was walking, pacing. I was like, what are they doing? No, but it was a very good game. I am very proud of them, how they came back, getting 5 runs and to get the win. And then we had our Noah pinch hit to bring the top of the lines up for Richie to be able to get that walk off.
And Noah came in as a pinch hitter, and that was the tying run, correct?
Yes,
tied it up at 13. Yeah.
Yep.
When it was like 13-12, Seth, Erica, their play-by-play, when Juan just mentioned like pacing around, their play-by-play, Erica's like, guys, I don't know what to do. My heart's about to leap out of my chest.
Yeah, we all were like that. We're just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
No. And then it's like,
no, that was an impressive win. That was an impressive win. So congratulations to Chicago. That moved them up just a spot, but you always want to move up rather than moving down. So in that other game, the 9-8 game, Blackhawks over Gateway. Honestly, I was listening to both those games at the same time, and they were like, it was a 1-run difference through the first 4-5 innings for the most part. Like both games just were bouncing back 4-5, 6-5, 7-6. And the same thing, Austin pulled away. They were the away team. They built like a 9-6 lead going into the 6th inning, or going into the bottom of the 6th, and Gateway came up, and Gateway put up a couple runs. I think they scored 2 runs with just 1 out, so they were in a good place. They sent Demo up to pinch hit. He didn't play today. He didn't hurt his hamstring like I mentioned yesterday. It's a quad, and he sat out, but he came in and pinch hit, and he got a good hit, but he just couldn't run the base. He just he must have a pull, cause like you can run through like quad soreness, but if your quad's pulled, you just can't run through that. So he didn't have the speed. He couldn't run it out. and that I think he was in the 6 hole that brought up Richie Crussell with the tie, a chance to tie the game up, and wasn't able to do it. So Gateway went down. Gateway went down to Austin, moving them up to the 7th spot. So to move on into the next round of games. So these, I guess, really started some of the quarterfinals in this section of games, because they again were moving stuff up. But to start things out, the Edge, because they got the bye in the first round, they got to play their first game, and they played the winner of the Long Island Panthers game.
Oh, let me guess, they won. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess they 12 run them, huh? What is
Well,
it?
the final score is 16-1.
Ah,
Anybody's guess.
yeah. Tough one. Another tough game for the Indy Edge. They must be beat up and exhausted by this point.
Well, that was their third game, Seth. Don't make jokes. Oh. The Austin Blackhawks defeat the San Antonio Jets at the 14-11. So how's my original list looking now? I had them as my number 2 seed. That's where they moved up to today.
Right, see?
14-11 was that game. Austin jumped out. 2 of my nephews and I went over and spent time with my dad today. So I missed a chunk of the later things. But when I left, when my nephew Brendan picked me up, it was 13-4 in a Tesla, by the way. So I had no idea my nephew had it like that. I'm getting in his car and it's lower than the last car of his. I haven't been in like out with him in a while, and I'm getting in his car and it's all low. I'm like, what is this? He's like, Tesla. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I just had a t-shirt and jeans on. Like, I need to go change. I don't feel appropriate in this car, big bad friend. But
hey, hold on. Since we're bragging on our nephews, you know, my nephew got hired to coach at Stanford. right.
Actually, I do know, but that's a smooth way to pull that in there. Good work.
So, hey, Neil Dog, one day our nephews will support us in our
I don't know. I have a nephew who's even more well off in that, living down in like the Berkeley Hills, like the where all the high tech Google people live.
Where my Uncle Joel lives. Where my brother.
Yeah.
My Uncle Joel, my brother.
He's old enough. But yeah, they haven't invited me to live there yet either. As old as I'm getting, Seth, though, you'd think they'd be concerned.
Anyways, a horrible place to live. I'm sorry. It's a beautiful place to live, but the people are hard to deal with. They're all so helpful. Everybody wants to come grab blind people. Can we help you? No, leave me the hell alone. I'm sorry.
When I remember one that wasn't so helpful. Remember the lady with the knife?
Oh yeah, I wanted to put that knife in my chest.
Oh yeah, called you the N-word how many times? I'll kill you.
Yeah.
So,
but
Berkeley could be a little off, I guess.
Every once in a while, like a box of chocolate.
Back to the game.
I was gonna say, sounds like Chicago.
Yeah, right. You were over here complaining about Berkeley.
Exactly.
Sorry, Juan.
Sorry. I hear that. Hey, Juan, slap my hand for complaining.
Back to the game. So when Brent picked me up, Austin had opened up a 13-4 lead. So
can I ask you a question? Is that the second time that San Antonio has given up a quick lead coming out the bat? Did they do that to the Comets or whatever? That they fall
in
behind?
this tournament?
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think anything about that, but you're right. I just remember reading DB's words that San Antonio had come from behind, tied it at 11, and I was like, "Whoa, wait, what?" So you are correct. Although yesterday they were playing without Zach Arambula, who's back today. So, I don't know, but Austin also looked good. I'm not. Don't take credit away from Austin. They're looking good, but San Antonio clearly made a big fight. I heard from our boy Ernie Cook retired Austin Blackhawk.
Cooking house.
I think he said, I meant to go listen to his message again. He gave me a good rundown of that game. Like San Antonio scored like 5, I think, in the 5th to fight their way back into the game, but just couldn't get all the way back. Luckily for Austin, because once they grabbed that 13-4 lead, that was like in the 3rd inning. So they petered out after that. They didn't hold, you know what I mean? They just kind of coasted to the end there.
We got to say, we got to hang a in trouble sign on the San Antonio Jets officially. Neil, I'm officially saying they're in trouble. Not dead, but in trouble.
So in the you mentioned the only game that the only notes that you were caught up on, Seth, was that your Bayou City Heat, what do they call that? Taped Gerald Dykes for this game between the Thunder and the Heat, and the Thunder went on to win 23-20. Gerald Dykes was 7 for 7 and made a put out with his tape down mask. So
good.
I think next time we should tie one hand behind his back.
If you're gonna hurt him, you gotta take the feet away. One-handed, he'll be fine as long as he makes contact, because those feet. Remember, he won the fastest person contest last night. That dude fast. So
that's good. Obviously, Jared is still rolling without without any with injuries and all and shit and stuff. I'm sorry.
The Thunder holding that 3rd seed strong.
All right. Can't argue with that. And you always got to like whenever somebody gets taped and then they go out and ball, you got to like it. You know?
That's true. It's the ultimate answer to, go ahead and tape me. So good for him. In our 4-5 game between the Boston Renegades and the Philly Fire, the Boston Renegades come out with a 19-13 victory over the Fire. Fire, they looked really strong outside of the edge yesterday. I thought the Philly Fire looked the strongest out of all the teams, but Boston, I said when we talked about the Beast of the East the last time, these two teams played like 7 times in a row. I think they just keep flipping back and forth. Whoever won the first one will probably win the last one in the series 4-3. So
I forgot that. I forgot it.
But that's another one. I had Boston and Austin in my top 4, in my top 3 of my original ratings that came out in June that everybody thought I was so out of my gore for. And here they are, number 3 and 4. Yeah, that's right.
Just say the Austin one was the crazy one.
Because and then you said, when's the last time they finished in the top 3? Not knowing it was last year. So wasn't that crazy?
Well, we shall see.
The Houston Hurricanes earned their first victory. I believe they didn't win yesterday, right? I don't believe. No, they didn't.
No.
They defeated the Minnesota Millers 8-3, eliminating the Millers from the tournament. Tyler Tigers 12-0 over the Braille Bandits. That eliminated the Bandits from the tournament. BCS Outlaws eliminate our Cali Panthers with a 7-2 victory. And that did it for the 11:30 games. And there's only 3 games to wrap up the day. Any additional thoughts on those games from either of you, gents? No? All right, we'll keep moving. The last 3 games, the 2:30 games, Indy Edge defeat the Comet 16-5. That put Chicago at 1-1 in the double elimination, and Indy Edge 2-0. BCS Outlaws 19-12 over the Gateway Archers. That is phenomenal. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a second and just get the final score. The Atlanta Chaos still alive, knock off the Long Island Bombers 16-12. The BCS Outlaws came into the tournament ranked number 16. They were able to flip it and get to the 15 seed But then look at them, man. After losing their first game this morning, they played 3 games today. I think they're the only team that did. They played 3 games today because they're in that 16-17 game. And then they win their next 2 games. They're still alive. They came into this tournament, the 16 seed, and they'll finish no lower than, I don't think at this point, I don't think they can finish lower than like 8th or maybe even 6th. I don't know. I can't think it all out in my head right now. The 4 undefeated teams, and we have, let me run down the teams what we got, see if we can figure it out. The semifinals tomorrow, the 2 undefeated teams, the number 1 seed, Edge, they're going to play the number 4 seed, Boston Renegades. The other semifinal is going to be the Austin Blackhawks against the Indy Thunder. So those are your 4 undefeated teams. And then the teams with 1 loss now are San Antonio, Philly Fire, Value City Heat, Chicago Comets. Thank you. The Atlanta Chaos, Tyler Tigers, Houston Hurricanes, and the BCS Outlaws. So I guess they could finish lower than 8. That's a lot of still a lot of teams that need to be eliminated. And then our 5 teams that have been eliminated are the Millers, Long Island, Braille Bandits, Palm Beach County, our Panthers, and the Gateway Archers. That's the big surprise. I don't know if they had further injuries beyond like Demo, like going on in that next game, or I mean, the BCS Outlaws, they've got experience. You know, that's a returning experienced team. So,
but the Gateway's got to be absolutely crushed tonight.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, all the all year, all the practices, all the hype. I don't think they expected to win a championship, but I guarantee you, they did not expect to go out on Wednesday, man. So
can't say that didn't put a smile on the Comet's face.
Yeah, I hear that.
I know you guys have a good rivalry going, Juan, but are you surprised by their finish? Even with like the injury to Demo and anything else might have happened, does that finish surprise you?
It did. Like when I heard, I was like, I had to go look at it again. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like what happened?
Yeah.
But
take it in.
The other team just had a better game, a better day, better.
Yeah. Well, it's a good program, and they're going to have good things coming forward. They're just going through the growing pains. Seth, did you know that St. Louis was awarded not only the 24 but also the 25 tournament?
Look at that! A sneaky way to start keeping the tournament in a central location without actually announcing, hey, we're going to start keeping the tournament in a central location. So I like that. I like it, and it's a good place in the middle of the nation. I like it.
Yeah, I just don't know. I haven't reached out to anybody. I mean, most people know I've got other things on my plate along with the World Series this week, so I haven't been bothering anybody about it. But I you know me, I've always usually been pretty tied in to the tournament committee and all the details, but I know nothing about the bid. I saw that DB wrote it's like one of the most unbelievable bids ever, but I don't know any details. So I'm going to have to get caught up. I guess I'm not trying to take a shot, but Kyle and Demo got a little extra time now, so I could maybe reach out to them and see what the details are, if they'll still take my calls after this. Can't go back and take it out when it's live, Juan. So don't say anything that you'll regret.
Yeah.
Juan was going to comment. Go ahead, Juan. It's all good. The floor is yours.
Oh no, I'll leave the rivalry to the rookies. They're the ones that started all that. I've learned through my years playing.
When do the results of the elections come out?
They were supposed to come out tonight, I thought.
Well, they closed tonight, so you have to, assume some calculation time, especially since they are out on the fields until just recently.
I thought we voted by computer. Did we vote by computer or like?
The elections just closed like an hour and 42 minutes ago, I think.
And Neil, dog, there's like 500, maybe 400 people voting, man. How long can that?
Yeah, true. Good point. And I'm wrong about the time. I forgot about the time difference. I was looking at 8 o'clock our time.
Yeah, it should already. Everything should already be tabulated and done and already announced to everybody.
So this is totally unofficial. DB had a post just not too long before we came and started the stream that they can project how I don't know that they Demetrius Morrow is going to get one of the board positions, and they also projected that Darren Keepers, Cali boy, given some West Coast representation, also should make it. Those were the only two names, which
well,
I don't.
They're adding them up as they go.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
and also, like, they probably just have a number already for Demetrius that would be hard for, like you said, say there's 400 members. If he's got like 300 and something votes, they probably aren't expecting 5 other people to do better than that. So yeah, I don't know what it's based on, but Demo's a friend of the show, friend of ours. So, and honestly, I think Demo would be great for the board. He's good for the league. I see him work in a lot of different ways with the league. I see him. I've been more active with committee meetings this year, and he's part of. He shows up for all of them, and never afraid to voice his opinion. So Demo would be great for the league.
And again, he's got the most important thing: time.
So before we close it out, we mentioned in the first episode you were asking, or in our first recap episode, in the first recap on Tuesday, you were asking if I had any juicy stuff, and so so things trickled down to me from General Assembly that I just wanted to get more of a feel for, that you're probably going to be interested in. I admit to not having listened to all of General Assembly. I for whatever reason didn't even really expect people to stream from General Assembly. I don't think it's ever been done before.
No, I don't think so either.
But of course it was going to be done this time. So I got up, I went out for my 2.5 mile walk. I come home, make coffee, and I'm just waiting for my coffee while I'm playing on the phone, and I'm getting all these things for the live streams, and they're a couple hours old. So I missed a lot of it. And then I was losing some of the streams, and the audio's cutting out. So I can't say that I heard this, but I've got it confirmed that it happened. There is kind of a result of, everybody wanting the Darnell Booker decision reversed. And then also with the, like, having Gerald Dykes grandfathered in, like Seth, there's been a lot of, what's the word? Separation, or I don't even know separation. A lot of the membership has been very disappointed in how all of this has been handled. Yeah,
a lot of unrest.
Right, and so we knew this going into General Assembly, and General Assembly certainly didn't offer very much outside of Gerald Dykes getting to play. None of the Darnell Booker situation was satisfying to the majority of the membership, I believe. And at one point there was a motion made for a vote of no confidence in both Blake Boudreaux and Steve Guerra. I don't believe it was a separate motion. I believe it was a motion with them together. And when the vote was taken, I believe that I know it finished in their favor. I believe it was very close, though. It wasn't a big majority, but the majority was.
In whose favor?
Well, I mean, I guess I'm not even positive how this works, but a motion was made, like no confidence as far as Blake and Steve goes, and the membership didn't vote. I guess, however it worked, it didn't get the votes to where the no confidence was confirmed. I guess. Does that make sense? So
I think it was more people didn't understand what was going to happen if it did pass.
I believe that because I don't know what I still don't understand what would have happened had it passed. But it had to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's probably something like when the president gets impeached, like he still gets to continue, but it's just on his record.
Right.
I don't know very much about politics, but what I've learned since like the Clinton administration and on to Trump is when a president gets impeached, it doesn't mean much. It doesn't seem like so.
Well, impeach just means they put you on trial. That's just it. So the no confidence vote, I would imagine, would just be saying we don't have any confidence in you,
and be on record.
Right.
Get it on the record.
We're going to do. We're just telling you that we think you suck. That's right. That's right.
So
I vote I. I'm sorry. Just
just some of the conversation that trickled out of it was, Blake defending himself at some point just went into this whole thing. I've done this. I've done that. I've done all these things for the league. And I believe it was Adam Rodebeck that pointed out, he's like, this is the problem. It's always I. You never say we. You never say us. Like, this is all about you and you guys and what you want. So like a lot of wild conversation came from that. I've heard stories a little bit here and there about it kind of carrying over onto the field, but I haven't been able. I don't feel comfortable mentioning any of it because I haven't gotten any confirmation, or you know what I mean. I can't put anything behind it. So it's not surprising though that it would carry over to the field. Like I know you and I, like the comments we would make out on the field. Towards anybody, towards the comments we've made towards anybody that irritates us. So anyways, well, that's all I got on all that stuff, man. You guys have got anything else on day 2?
One?
No, just looking forward for the comments to keep going. I think they got the Outlaws in the morning.
How are you feeling? Do you know who Chicago plays? I don't have any of the matchups. Did he just say? I'm sorry.
The Outlaws.
Oh, okay. How do you feel about that with the way the Outlaws played today, man? They that 19 run spot, like where'd that come from?
Right, yeah. We try not to take anybody lightly, so
fair enough.
Hopefully, our defense comes through and our offense comes through, and we'll see what happens. Should be a good game though.
Yeah, definitely.
People sneak up on people. You never know.
Yep.
Good.
I don't know if this end button I'm toggling around. I don't know if this end button I'm on is ending the stream or would end Zoom, and I don't know if that would end both. Let me hit this more meeting controls again. That always gives me. It's always. Oh, here's YouTube drop down. Okay, stop live stream. Yeah, I did it, people. Yay, the dumb old man got to it. Everybody be well, be safe out there. We look forward to the games, and Seth and I will be back on Thursday, man. Thanks a lot, Juan, for joining us. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you again for having me.